Well, the Marshall Fire was the most destructive wildfire in Colorado history. In fact, the amount of damage from a dollar amount is more than $2 billion now, and there is a harsh reality for people who would love to rebuild here but can't because it is unaffordable now. Roughly 2/3 of the 1,000 plus homes that were burned in the Marshall Fire were underinsured. That means the claim money that they're receiving is far less than the amount of money it would take to rebuild here. And when you factor in the new building materials, which are more expensive, the higher interest rates to finance a home. I had the chance to talk to Kelly Moye with the Colorado Association of Realtors, who also lives in the Boulder County area, about the 72 lots that were burned by the fire that are now on the market and for sale, not moving, because for many it's not feasible to rebuild.
I had several who at the beginning said, oh, we're definitely rebuilding and we're going to go rent a place and we love our neighborhood and we love our school and we're definitely rebuilding. And now those lots are on the market, where I think that a couple things. The interest rates have definitely affected their ability to be able to pay and afford to rebuild. But also I think there's a little bit of we've moved on. Now we're not sure we want to go back. I have a couple clients who say, I'm not sure I want to go back because it's painful.
Sure. Yeah, she thinks it could be several years still before those empty lots eventually all sell, because there is a very specific buyer that needs to buy them, and it has to be one that's willing to wait about 18 months after specs and permitting and finding a builder, not to mention the fact that they will need to buy on a lot that was burned by a fire, and there may not be landscaping or trees for the next several years. Construction is tough right now, despite the fact that we see some homes going up like the ones here behind me. It's just not feasible for many people, and so we may get mixed neighborhoods where you have older homes that are about 30 years old that were not burned across the street from 2023 homes. Coming up, one thing that has not changed here has been the community support for one another. So we will talk to a bread shop, a bakery in downtown Louisville that has become quite the gathering place for the community and a source of comfort coming up. Meanwhile, in the immediate aftermath of the fire, we had a lot of people calling our newsroom wanting to know if their homes were safe. The evacuation happened so quickly. The fire moved at such a random path. Denver 7's Christian Lopez is across the highway in Louisville in one of those neighborhoods, talking to a man who had to find out from our reporter that his home was still there.
Yeah, Brian, and that journey started with a dramatic phone call in the morning immediately after the fire. Kevin Petty was watching the news and he was desperate for answers about what happened to his home, so he called our Veronica Costa, who was reporting just a few streets away from here.
South Shore at Harper Lake, a gentleman named Kevin, he emailed us not long ago, like 15 minutes, asking if his home was okay. So this is his house here, standing, the side portion of it a little burnt.
1 year later,
this has been one of the hardest years that we've ever had.
Some lost it all. Kevin Petty and his family didn't. They were some of the lucky ones.
Just trying to get from point A to point B, getting back in the house. So it has been it's been intense, and it has been draining along the way.
But they weren't really. They lost everything inside, only left with the structure of their home.
It's been a little bit of a challenge with some of the holidays have slowed us down a little bit, Thanksgiving and now Christmas, and that's understandable. But we're looking to get in roughly the second or third week of January. So we're getting really close now, but it's an example of the struggle.
Kevin and his family are now 3 weeks, hopefully, away from their home being finished. The price tag of it, not small by any means.
I think the one thing that has been super eye-opening is the overall cost to rebuild. just in general.
Windows, appliances, even furniture, those all had to be replaced. Luckily for Kevin and his family, insurance will cover these costs.
We're going to be close, basically, of being insured on our home because these organizations have come in and supported us.
The support doesn't stop now. Kevin and his family will have to support those around them.
We recognize that we still have neighbors out there, that very close neighbors. You know, we go to church with some of these neighbors. Our dentist lives close by for our kids. Just good friends that are all around us, and we know that they're still working through the process and they're still struggling in some cases.
And he'll have to support his family because this is a new house.
We're so excited to get back in.
A new opportunity to make this house a home again. And Kevin says that he views the damage a lot differently now. Anytime he sees a burnt home or apartment, all he can think about is how he can help. And that is the true spirit of this community coming together after tragedy, Brian.
Christian, thank you. If you drive through Superior, you may notice that a couple of homes are a little bit different than the others. That's because those two homes, which are on 3rd Avenue here in Superior, are built with different materials. They're using more fire-resistant materials, sources like foam and concrete technology. The builders and the owners hope that it will make their homes a little more safe against a future wildfire perhaps. And because of the Marshall Fire, Boulder County has actually expanded some of its building requirements in the foothills all the way to the plains. The new rules that started in June require more fire-resistant construction materials on the roof. For the attic venting, non-combustible gutters and downspouts, and changes to decking and fencing materials, again with the goal to create a buffer zone, a 3-foot zone of non-combustible materials around the home to protect them from a possible future wildfire. And Nicole, we know several federal dollars have also come in for fire mitigation efforts, but just 2 weeks ago we had another scare with the Sunshine Fire. So it's just a reality that homeowners are facing today.
The urban wildland interface where so many people live nowadays is absolutely a concern. And Brian, as you point out, there have been a lot of rule changes over the last year, but there is also a change that will hopefully help homeowners rebuild on their properties. Take a look at this map. The red marks are the homes that were destroyed in the Marshall Fire. And if you look outside the black border here, this is areas in unincorporated Boulder County. 150 homes that were burned were in that unincorporated area. And many of those homeowners specifically asked the county if they could live on their properties while they rebuild their permanent homes. So the county passed new rules to allow people to build accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, up to 900 square feet that they'll be able to live in. Going through this process and maybe listening to people, do you get a sense that a lot of people wanted to stay in the community and rebuild?
There are a lot of people that are working really hard and looking at their options, and they want to stay. And so they're making their decisions, and having this as a option, I think, helps people maybe get there. And if it helps 1 or 2 families even get there, I think that's a positive.
So far, 2 applications have come in since the rule change in August, but Case told me that there is a lot of interest from homeowners, and he hopes once their permanent homes are finished, people can use the ADUs for rental income to help with their mortgage payments, or for caretakers or family members if they want to age in place. You can stay with our coverage all day on Denver 7. We have a special tonight at 6 o'clock, Recovering Together, the Marshall Fire 1 year later. We will go in depth on the families and communities that were affected and how all of Colorado has helped them since then. That special is on Denver 7 and Denver 7 Plus as well.